So how has camp been so far?
Good. Camp is going really well. It's a lot of exciting players in there. Everybody's working hard, making each other better. So it's good. It's going really well. I'm excited. I'm excited to get things underway. I'm excited for Tuesday to come around so we can get on the court and see what we're really made of.
Has there been maybe a focus more on the defensive end? Because everybody knows this team can score. But
Definitely.
Is it still just, putting everything in?
There's a lot of putting everything in and getting into a lot of offensive rhythms, because even though we know that we can score, we need to be able to play with each other. So we're working on that. But defense is key. It's key for us. I think that towards the end of the season, last year, we did some good things defensively. So we want to roll over with that. We want to keep that momentum. We want to keep going and keep being one of the better defensive teams in the league as we were the second part of the season. Defense is key, but we also have to, get to know each other, work out some kinks offensively.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you individually, especially adding Taj to the mix?
Taj coming in, it helps us a lot with the vocal leadership. She's one of those people who she's going to say what she sees. She's going to tell us, little things that we might have missed to put us in the right direction. But I think she's a great addition to this team. I don't think that necessarily had anything to do with my role per se, but I can still learn a lot from her. I can learn to be a little bit more vocal. I can learn to, maybe pull some of the younger players aside a little bit more and tell them what I see and tell them little things that can help them.
Last year you didn't come in until after the fourth game of the season with the overseas commitments.
Right.
How have you been able to rest up your body this year that you weren't able to do a year ago?
To rest up my body?
Well, you didn't. The season is starting in June as opposed to May.
Yeah, but that just means that I have the opportunity not necessarily to rest up my body, but to come in here and help with the cohesion of this team. I think that was one of our issues in the beginning of last season, that we had people kind of trickling in later and later into training camp. We weren't able to have this time to gel, to work with each other, to try to figure everything out as a team, as a group. So that's where it helps. I don't necessarily think that it has something to do with rest, but it helps to be able to be here and be here as a group to get things going early on.
And what have you seen in terms of cohesion in the practices so far?
I think that we're doing really well. I think that everybody is getting a feel for each other. We're getting in a good rhythm. I think the offense is flowing. So I think that it's good to have this time to gel.
Is this going to be a good rebounding team? I mean, I know you can rebound.
We're sure hoping so.
Do you have some other people you think you can rebound?
Yeah, we have some great rebounding guards. We have some great rebounding posts. I think one of our goals this year is to be one of the better rebounding teams in the league. And I think that we have all of the components to make that happen. We just have to put it together when we get out there on the court.
What do you see in terms of post play? Because Harris, during draft day, said she might play 4 to 5, even though she plays 3 or 4. How do you see the post balancing out?
I think that it's going to balance out well. I think that, we do have the addition of Taj as a veteran. I'm coming back. Then we have Hugh, who we're still trying to form into, a dominant 5. And we have Amber. So I think that our post game is going to be great. And we also have Maya, who we can put into the 4. So I think that we have all the pieces in the post to be really good inside.
Last year with the hip problem, someone told me that
I had it.
Was your hip
It wasn't really a hip problem. I just had just a little bruise, so nothing major.
You didn't participate in the scrimmage yesterday. Is there anything wrong with you right now?
No, I'm just I had a spasm in my quad, but that's just a muscle issue. It's nothing serious. So we're just taking it slow. We want to be as prepared as we can when the season actually starts. So. Just getting ready for that.
What was your biggest adjustment to Minnesota last year after years in Sacramento?
I think it was a big change to get used to the girls. I had been in Sacramento for 7 seasons, so I really knew them. I knew what to expect from them. I knew where they were going to go and what they were going to do. So coming into a new team, a new offense, you have to kind of try to get adjusted to that. And it was difficult because we had players who maybe were hurt or weren't playing or coming back off an injury, so you really couldn't get that feel for them. We had Candace out in the beginning, and we had her for a little while, and then we didn't have her again. We had Simone coming off an injury, so it was difficult to kind of get a feel for everybody, and that's, again, the advantage of this training camp.
How has Amber adjusted to life in the WNBA so far?
Life in the WNBA so far? Well, she's coming to camp with a great attitude. And she knows that she's going to have to come in here and work day in and day out, and I think that she's very prepared to do that. Sometimes you just have to, pull her aside and let her know what you see, and that's where Taj is great at. But I think that she's ready. I think that she's focused, and I think she's a great addition.
With all the offensive weapons you have on the outside, the perimeter shooters, you think that's going to open up the inside for players like you?
It should. It should, because they can't cheat. They're going to have to respect everybody that's on the perimeter. You have Maya on one side and Simone on the other side. It's kind of like pick your poison. What are you going to do? So I think that will open up a lot of stuff for us in the paint.
And how do you keep emotions tempered to a point where all this talent doesn't overflow and cause chemistry issues?
I think that, that's where we just have to work to be a group and not an individual. I mean, we have a lot of individual talent, a lot of great players, but really when we go out there, it's going to be about this team. And we have to do everything that's best for the group. We can't just watch Maya or we can't just watch Simone. We have to play as a unit, and I think that right now we're working on that and we'll be fine.
Rebekkah, Maya has the shoe deal. She signed with Jordan this week. Have you ever had anyone approach you about a shoe?
I'm with Nike right now.
But not your
So your own shoe? No, I think that is great for the league. I think it's great for women's basketball for Jordan Brand to really branch out and feel like they want to be a part of that. I think it's amazing. I think it's a really good look, and I hope that brings some attention to not only Maya but the WNBA.
Are you a fan of the Jordan Brand?
Yeah.
The shoe. Well, I know you're a Nike girl, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I am a fan. But again, I'm just glad that
drooling
she's
because-
dripping.
Yeah.
I told Maya I'm a 10 if you want to have any extras. But I think it's great. I'm happy for
Speak up.
women's basketball.